Welcome to this lesson on understanding team roles. In this lesson, we will look at Meredith Belbin's seminal work on defining team roles, and how you can use the roles model to develop a high-performing team in your organization. A group is made up of all sorts of people. The way that people behave in groups varies. Some people are helpful and supportive, others are more concerned about getting the work done, and still others can cause friction, disharmony or discord within the team. Some team members may not contribute as you expected them to do. Other team members lack flexibility. So things fall through the cracks. A valued expert on the team may not see the bigger picture of their role, so tasks and steps are missed along the way. Or some team members may object to taking on certain tasks. In such situations, the balance within the team may be suboptimal. To some extent, these problems are a result of the changing nature of teamwork in business today. Once it was the case that many hands made light work. In the past, work was more straightforward. Specialized tasks were executed by specialized staff. And tools were limited, and relatively simple to use. Today, it takes a diverse range of behaviors and skills to make teams work. For example, no single individual can wear all hats. Work is complex, and we are expected to multitask. Multi-talented people are required. Work often requires a project management approach, which requires careful planning and clear role definition. And working as a team player is a new skill in itself for people to learn. A successful team needs members with complementary ideas and skills, who know that they need each other to get things done. When you don't have the right balance, this can create skill gaps that hamper progress. You also risk conflict between people who are too similar, and who can end up competing for power. This usually results in frustration, unhappiness, and lack of progress. How do you prevent this from happening? One method is to use Dr. Meredith Belbin's research on team roles. Belbin's contribution to our knowledge on teams has been significant. Belbin suggests that by understanding your role within a particular team, you can develop your strengths and manage your weaknesses as a team member. You can also improve how you contribute to the team, and then help create a more balanced and highly functional team. Belbin argued that all roles are useful. But some are more useful at different phases in a project. Some roles can be solo, while some roles require team effort. You will often hear, "We couldn't have done it without you," or, "Without your contribution, the project would have failed." Let's look more closely at teams and the different types of roles. According to Belbin, ideally, a productive and effective team will have a mix of thinkers, planners, creative problem solvers, doers, or action-oriented contributors, and social, or interaction-oriented contributors. We will look at each of these in turn. Belbin identified 3 team roles in each category. 9 roles in all, and each role having its own specific strengths and weaknesses. The important task of a team leader, in assembling an effective team, is to understand the need for balance. A successful team needs a combination of different types of members and team roles. We will look first at the action-oriented roles. The 3 action-oriented roles include the shaper, the implementer, and the completer, or finisher. Shapers are often extroverted, dynamic people who love to challenge and stimulate others. They question the status quo, and love to find the best approaches to problems. Shapers are the individuals who shake things up, to make sure complacency doesn't set in. Shapers want all possibilities, and all solutions to be considered in a team setting. Their strength is that they tend to see problems not as obstacles, but as exciting challenges to be met head-on. They tend to thrive under pressure. In a group setting, Shapers' weaknesses generally lie in 2 areas. First, they may be so sure of their opinions that they end up being argumentative, which can disrupt the harmony of the group. Second, because they're so confident of their ideas, they can make other less confident team members, who struggle to make their ideas and opinions heard, and may feel inferior. The implementers are the practical people on a team. They're the ones who make things happen, by turning the group's ideas into plans and actions. Implementers are the go-to people when you want to make sure something gets done. Typically, they're conservative, disciplined, efficient, and extremely well organized, and turn ideas into practical actions. However, this discipline and conservatism can sometimes make them inflexible, resistant to change and suspicious of new ideas. As the name implies, completer finishers are the individuals who see projects through to the end, and who make sure they're completed in the most thorough manner possible. They don't allow errors or omissions, and they never let a detail of any kind escape their scrutiny. Deadlines are a priority for completer finishers, and they push the team hard so the project is completed on time. Perfectionist is a good term to describe these individuals. They're orderly and conscientious, sometimes to a fault. Completer finishers tend to worry unnecessarily, and they find it hard to delegate tasks, because they always believe they can do it better. The next category is people-oriented roles. These include the coordinator, the team worker, and the resource investigator. Coordinators fulfill the traditional team leader role. Their concern is guiding the team toward achievement of the project objectives. Very often, they're the best listeners in the group, and have the ability to recognize the value of each member's contribution. Coordinators recognize the strength and power of delegation, and make maximum use of this technique. They're often calm and good-natured, and keep things balanced. On the negative side, they may over-delegate, and pass on responsibilities they should be handling themselves. Also, in some cases, they can be manipulative. Team workers are the negotiators in the group. They work hard to motivate people, and make sure all team members are on the same page. As such, they're flexible, diplomatic, and perceptive. These traits make team workers popular individuals. Generally speaking, they're capable in their own right, but they tend to place team cohesion above their own priorities. They are always ready to help out, and tend to have high emotional intelligence. On the downside, team workers are sometimes indecisive, and may get overly emotional during discussions and decision-making. Resource investigators are the innovative and curious people within a team. Resource investigators love to explore available options, develop contacts, and negotiate for resources on behalf of the team. They tend to be big-picture thinkers, and are opportunistic. They love working as part of a team, and also love connecting with external stakeholders to help the team accomplish its objective. They are generally outgoing and extroverted, which means that others are normally receptive to them and their ideas. On the downside, they can lose enthusiasm quickly, and they can be overly optimistic. All teams need thinkers. The ideas person is often the creator of new systems, processes, or improvements in the work routines. Some thinkers are highly specialized, others pull ideas together. Many thinkers are not action-oriented, and may be less team-focused than you need. But all teams benefit from having a thinker on board. Belbin classified 3 types of thinkers: the plant, the monitor, or evaluator, and the specialist. Think of the plant as the creative innovator, the people who generate new ideas and approaches. They love praise, but find it hard to deal with criticism. Plants are often introverted, and prefer to work separately from the team. Because they are creative and innovative, their ideas can be unworkable. And, because they're introverted, they may also have poor communication skills. They can also have a tendency to ignore stated parameters and constraints. Monitor evaluators are the people who are best at analyzing and evaluating ideas that other people, often plants, generate. Monitor evaluators are shrewd and objective, and they carefully weigh the pros and cons of all the options before reaching a decision. They build contingency plans. They're also critical thinkers, and tend to be strategic in their approach to a task or project. Monitor evaluators are often seen by others as detached and unemotional. In some cases, they're poor motivators who react to events rather than inspire them. They lack drive and the ability to inspire others. Specialists are people who have specialized knowledge that is needed to get the job done. They pride themselves on their skills and abilities, and they work to maintain their professional status. Their job is to be an expert in the area, and they commit themselves fully to their field of expertise. This may limit their contribution, and lead to a preoccupation with technicalities at the expense of the bigger picture. Specialists may have little interest in actual teamwork. This table illustrates the typical traits associated with each of the team roles. We will refer to this later. So, just why do we need to understand team roles? First, conflict is often a result of competing team roles. Second, understanding team roles promotes smooth interaction and collaboration. Third, it offers insight to members about who should be doing what, and who not be doing certain things. Fourth, understanding team roles clarifies value add for individual team members. Fifth, it avoids duplication of effort or dropped responsibilities. Finally, it helps to identify crucial team role gaps to be filled. Here are some tips to start using the ideas in Belbin's role model. Step 1. Determine the stage or function your group is at, based on what you are working on or discussing. Step 2. Determine which roles are most suitable and helpful for the current stage or function. Step 3. Recruit or develop the missing roles within your group. And Step 4. Identify any dysfunctional roles within the group.
Want to learn more about this subject? Then click on our website to view the full course. Why not subscribe and get access to free articles and special offers? Join the Global Career Highway now.